Hello everyone. Good morning.
Good morning.
Good
Good
morning.
morning.
Good morning.
Good morning everyone.
Good morning.
Shall we start our class?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Let me open PPT. So today we are going to discuss two services. One is white papers. Another one is trusted advisor. Okay, trusted advisor. So first we'll talk about white papers. So white papers means these are the guidelines provided by AWS. Guidelines you can call good practices. Okay, you can call security features. Few things. See here, I'll tell you. White papers mean these are the documents. These are the official documents, or you can call user manuals provided by AWS. Okay, so in these white papers, what are the things that they are mentioning? First, they are mentioning guidelines. Guidelines. That's what do's and don'ts, best practices. Okay, and also they are revealing some information about themselves. They are revealing some information. Like, see, guidelines means that's what guidelines are. You can call best practices. Both are means. Uh, see what you need to follow to make sure that security is there. For example, I'm launching one EC2. You are also launching EC2. But whatever instance I'm launching in that, I have opened security group to everyone. But you launched EC2 in that you open security group to only few selected. That means in my case there is no security, but in your case there is security. Just knowing how to deal with AWS resources is not enough. Okay, make sure that whatever you do in AWS, make sure that security is there in every aspect. Security. That is one thing. And reduce the cost. That's what some best practices. Like I have launched some instances, you have launched some instances. But in my account, I'm getting huge bill. In your account, you are getting less bill. Okay. So why it is happening? So what are the best practices? How to reduce the cost? How to achieve security? How to achieve reliability? How to increase the performance? So make sure that whatever you do, try to increase the performance. Reliability is not required. Okay. So whatever you do in AWS, make sure that you should increase the performance. Performance should be there and reduce the cost. Okay, and how to achieve excellence finally. Perfection. Okay. So some guidelines related to these things they are providing in white papers. How can we achieve security? How to increase the performance? How can we reduce the cost? How to achieve perfection? So some guidelines they have provided. It's up to you whether you follow or not. But if you follow, it will be benefit for you. Those are the things that are providing here. And so if you get any doubt regarding usage of the service, okay, if you don't know how to use service, then they are providing that manual. That's what user manual. If you read these white papers, you will understand how to use that particular service. You don't know how to use autoscaling. You just go through that autoscaling document so that they have mentioned very, very clearly. That is one thing. And also some information about themselves. Like, say, suppose I am a bank, I have a bank. Tomorrow, I would like to migrate my entire data to AWS. So I need to know, right, how they are going to secure my data, correct or not? So that's why they are revealing some information about themselves. Okay, how they are securing my data, what are the best practices they are following, all those things. Okay, so these are the things that they are mentioning in these white papers. Okay, so there are so many white papers are there, a number of white papers. Here, just I have summarized some important points. You must know at least these things. Okay. Yeah. If you want to see them, you can see. Just type here AWS white papers. Yeah, click here white papers. Okay. So here you can see all these are documents. Okay. So many documents and number of documents you get. Okay. You can open any. Okay. Say AWS artificial intelligence, machine learning. AWS that we have every service. If you want to talk, see if you want to read about artificial intelligence and machine learning, you click there. You can see how many papers are there. 24. And here you can read all of them. You can see. That is all. So you can open any document, whatever you want. You can read the information. You can search for one particular document. Like I would like to talk about S3. I would like to read about S3. You can see best practices optimizing S3 performance. Okay. Then here you can see there are contribution document closure. PDF. Now you can see 14 pages are there. Okay. That is all. So you can read information from there. Now there are since so many white papers are there. That's why I have summarized all these things and I have mentioned some important points that you must know. Okay. The first one, security. What kind of security that they are providing at their availability zones and edge locations? Because group of availability zones only we call region, right? So how they are securing availability zones and edge locations? So 24/7 electronic surveillance, CC cameras and everything will be there. They are there anyways. Multi-factor access control system. That means if someone wants to enter into that data centers, they have to prove their identity. Okay, that too multi-factor at multiple levels. Okay, multiple levels. That's what security. And 24/7 security guards, those they will be there always. I mean, this is not only at AWS. This is common at every data center. You take any company's data center, these things will be there. Access is authorized on least privilege basis. That means, see, you will be provided access to enter into those AZ if your presence is mandatory there, then only. Even though you are holding higher portfolio, it doesn't mean that you'll be provided access to everywhere. No. If your presence is mandatory, then only things work. Otherwise, no. Then only you'll be provided access over there. Okay, least privilege basis. That means if it is mandatory, then only you'll be given access. Otherwise, no. So that is one of the security features. Compliance. These are some monitoring companies. Okay. Auditing companies you can call. They provide their certificate based on the best performance. Okay. So based on the best performance, they provide these documents. Okay, PCI DSS, these are most important, especially for billing. That means, see, while creating your AWS account, they are taking your card details. Correct? You are giving card details to them. What if they misuse your money? What if they use their card, your card, for some other purpose? Right? That will never happen because this particular company is monitoring that one AWS, and they will never misuse because this AWS has this company certificate, PCI DSS billing. You know, right? In India, we have ISI mark. What is ISI mark? For example, if you want to buy any product, you don't know, right, how they prepare that product, whether that is healthy or not, hygienic or not, what are the things that they included in that product. We don't know anything about that, correct or not? So that's why there is a government agency which monitors that product, which verifies whether everything is correct or not, is good to use or not. If everything is fine, then they provide this mark. So we don't know anything about the product, but we trust this mark, ISI mark. Since the product is having this mark, that means yes, we can buy that. We can buy the product. Correct? So same thing. Here also, PCI DSS certification is there, means yes, it is secure. Happily, we can give our card details. Nothing, there won't be any misuse. Okay. Same like there are some few other certificates, ISO 2000, so this one 27001, 900. These are some company certificates. AWS having these. Okay. Shared responsibility model. Shared responsibility in the sense, see, there are few things. For example, if you want to get a job, with good package, it's not only my responsibility, correct or not? It's a team effort. Okay. So I need to teach well. You need to work hard. Then only you'll get a job. Correct or not? So in every class of mine, suppose if you take average of 50 students, only 30 to 35 they get jobs. Honestly, I'm saying 30 to 35 only. Remaining 10 to 15, they won't get jobs. Okay. See, teaching is same, faculty is same, content is same, everything is same. Why only these are getting jobs? Why not these? Because they are not preparing well. They don't do hard work. Correct or not? In your school days or college days also, teaching remains same, everything same, but everyone won't pass, right? Only few people, some people, only some out of 100, some 70, 80, only they pass. Even 20 they fail because they don't do hard work. So here it's a teamwork. I need to teach you, you need to work hard. Otherwise, you can't get a job, right? Correct or not? Here, that's what. It's a shared responsibility, shared. So I'm responsible for few things, you are responsible for few things. Understanding, right? Okay. So here also shared responsibility model. Tomorrow something goes wrong and you are blaming AWS. Hey, AWS, you said that security and all, but I lost my data. It's not like only AWS responsibility, it's your responsibility also. I'll give a simple example. They have given S3 bucket is it. They have given 19.11 of assurance that, hey, you will never lose your data. But intentionally you are deleting data and you are blaming AWS. Hey, AWS, you said data won't get deleted. First of all, why are you deleting the data intentionally? Correct or not? See, the EC2 instance is there. Okay, you have open ports to everyone. Okay, tomorrow someone accessed your instance and he destroyed some data, and you are blaming AWS that, hey, AWS, why it happened? Why it is not so secure? See, it is secure only, but you should not open ports to everyone, right? You are opening ports everyone. Later on, you are trying and you are blaming AWS. Correct or not? So it's shared responsibility model. For few things, AWS is responsible. For few things, you are responsible. Customer is responsible. So here you can see the chart. Who is responsible for what? Focus on my black color. AWS. So for these, for them, AWS is responsible for these things. You are responsible. Customer. First of all, regions, availability zones, edge locations. The physical regions, physical availability zones, the data centers and edge locations. There, if something goes wrong, AWS is responsible because we don't know anything, right? We can't even see them. We don't have any access to go there. Right? For that, AWS is responsible. Hardware, AWS global infrastructure, whatever hardware that they are using in their availability zones. Okay, for that they are responsible. Physical computers, physical storage, physical databases, physical cables, network, modems, routers, and all at their locations. For that they are responsible. If something goes wrong, they are responsible. For some cases, in few cases, if something goes wrong with the software, for that also they are responsible. In few cases, just keep this one aside because I'm going to talk about different service models, IaaS, SaaS, PaaS. There you will understand. Okay, so just keep this software aside for now. Okay. Yeah. Customer, you are responsible for client-side data encryption, data integrity. See what you can do. If you want to encrypt the data, what you can do, you can take any tool which is available in outside from Google. You can download any tool, and by using that, you can encrypt your data before you uploading the data to S3 bucket or EC2. So encryption from your side that you need to do, that is your responsibility. Server side encryption, that means encryption from AWS side. So for that also you are responsible. Encryption from your side, you are responsible. Encryption from AWS side also you are responsible. That means you are not responsible to encrypt, but you need to enable that option, right? See, in S3 you have an option, right? Encryption. You have to enable, then only they will encrypt. Otherwise they don't encrypt. Okay. Understood, right? You have to enable that option. In fact, in EC2 also, while launching volumes, right corner, you can see one option encrypt. You need to enable, then only they will encrypt. So that if your colleague wants to access illegally, he should not be able to read the data. If you don't enable, they can't encrypt, right? Correct or not? So for that also you are responsible. You have to enable that option. Networking, traffic protection and all. Means that's what, how you are routing. Like you are connecting private subnet to internet gateway. That you should not do, right? You should not connect private subnet to internet gateway. Okay. You should not enable public IP to private subnet. You should not open SH ports to database server. So for them, you are responsible. How you are routing your traffic. So public subnet, connected to internet gateway. That is how you need to route. Okay. So for that, you are responsible. Connections and all, how you are connecting and all. Operating system. When you launch an EC2, in that operating system, you will get complete root access. That means you can do anything and everything. And you are going to some, OS related files you are deleting and you are blaming AWS that, hey, AWS something got deleted. You have complete root access in your operating system. You are deleting some OS related files. Obviously, that will be corrupted. Correct? So that's why the operating system, whatever they are providing, for that you are responsible because you will be given complete access in that. Network firewall means security groups and NACLs firewall. Security groups, NACLs. Same, you should not open ports to everyone you are opening. You are blocking, you are not blocking the person's IP who is trying to access everything illegally. So you need to make sure that you are opening ports to only trustworthy, only few, especially when it comes to MySQL, SSH and all. HTTP you can open to anyone. That's not a big issue, especially SSH and all, RDP. So you should open to only known ways. Platform, yes, this also we'll talk about later on here. Software, platform, and applications. Just keep these things aside. Okay. Identity and access management. What you are doing, you have created one AWS account in your company, and to your employees, you are sharing your root credentials. You are sharing root. You should not do that, right? Sharing root credentials, what they can do anything. They can literally destroy your account. That means they can destroy your company literally. So you need to create user accounts. You need to give limited access. Then you need to share credentials. Correct? That's what you have to do. But you are sharing root credentials and all. That's a major security issue, right? So if something goes wrong in that, you are responsible. Customer data. Whatever data you are uploading to AWS, AWS is not verifying that data because of that secure. This is security. I mean, they should not privacy actually. Yeah. So they are not verifying your data, what you are uploading. But that's what whatever data you are uploading, for that you are responsible. You are uploading some illegal content and all. Later on, you are getting some issues from government side and all. So whatever data you are uploading, for that you are responsible. AWS is not responsible. If they found any illegal content, if we get any problems from government and all, that's all. You need to worry about that. You should upload legal content, genuine content, something like that. For that, that's what for few things AWS is responsible, few things you are responsible. So that's what it's a shared responsibility model. If you work together, we both, then only we can achieve excellence. Got it? Yeah. Coming to next one. Yeah, customer security responsibilities. Okay. These also we can call different service models. Service models. Okay. IaaS, PaaS, SaaS. IaaS means infrastructure as a service. PaaS means platform as service. SaaS means software as service. Software. Infrastructure as service, platform as a service, software as a service. Okay. Simple, guys. If you take Zomato, what is Zomato? Food as a service. They are providing food as a service. Uber, transportation as a service. This institution, IDM, training, IT training as a service. Okay, it's like that. So here, same thing, infrastructure as a service, platform as a service, software as a service. That means, see, if you take IaaS, they are providing infrastructure as a service stream. That means, best example is EC2 for IaaS. So in EC2, what is happening? They are providing physical infrastructure to you. Correct? On top of that, you are installing OS. Correct? You are installing softwares. Everything you are doing. Here, AWS is providing only physical infrastructure. Remaining things should be taken in by you. You need to install software you are required. You need to install required software, OS and softwares. That's what AWS is providing physical infrastructure as a service to you. Only infrastructure. That's what infrastructure as a service. Best example is EC2. So in this case, if something goes wrong at physical level, for that they are responsible. If something goes wrong at OS level or software level, for that you are responsible. Whatever things provided by them, for that they are responsible. Whatever you are taking care of, for that you are responsible. Simple. Next, platform as service. Best example is you can call Elastic Beanstalk. Elastic Beanstalk. So what is happening in Elastic Beanstalk? See, in Elastic Beanstalk, just we have to upload the code. Correct? Backend, they are providing physical and also with OS installed in it. And sometimes they provide softwares based upon the code that we upload. Sometimes they don't provide if your code is not required any software. So mainly they are providing physical instance plus OS. Correct? In Elastic Beanstalk, that's what happened. Did we launch any instance manually? Did we install any OS? No, right? Everything we got by default. Okay. Everything we got by default. So whatever code that we deploy and all, you can think that is a software. See, in Elastic Beanstalk, what you can do, you can deploy a code, and in order to use that code in your own way, you can install some softwares in that EC2 instance. Okay, backend it runs artificial intelligence. But no, if you want to customize, no, I want to install some software. Yes, you can go to that instance. You can install some softwares that if you want, you can do that. Provision also is there. That means mainly AWS is running physical instance plus OS. Okay, software if you want, you can install. Okay, that means they are providing entire platform. Platform means physical instance plus OS. That's what you call platform as a service to you. Okay, in that case, if something goes wrong here, AWS is responsible in both physical level and OS level. In both cases, if something goes wrong, AWS is responsible. Only software, whatever you are installing, if something goes wrong for that you are responsible. Whatever software that you install. So platform, they're giving complete platform as a service to you. Platform means physical instance plus OS, both. Next one, software as a service. Means they are providing all three. AWS is providing all three. Best example is here, RDS. AWS provided RDS. See, we launched RDS. That means backend one instance got launched. In that OS got installed. We don't know which OS that they installed. And MySQL package also installed. Right? Everything we got as one instance with OS plus MySQL software. Correct or not? So they are giving that this is what software as service. The only thing is that you upload the data whatever you want. MySQL data. So here they are giving complete software as service to you. In that case, if something goes wrong at MySQL package level, that OS level or MySQL software level or physical instance level, something goes wrong, for that AWS is responsible. You are responsible only whatever data you are uploading, the database related data. Okay. So these are different service models which are being provided by AWS. Okay, that's why here I said software for few things they are responsible, like software as service. In that case, they are responsible. If it is platform as service, infrastructure as service, for that we are responsible for the software. Platform. Okay. If they are giving infrastructure as service, then for the platform means OS here. OS central, for that we are responsible. Some applications. That's what, if it is infrastructure as service, then we install application center, for that we are responsible. So based upon the service model. Simple guys, whatever AWS is providing, for that AWS is responsible. Whatever things are in your hand, for that you are responsible. So, okay. Storage decommissioning. That means, see, in the decommissioning, we have two things: deleting and destroying. Deleting and destroying. Okay. Deleting. I launched one EC2 instance. In that one C drive got attached. Correct? In that I kept hell lot of data. Huge amount of data. Then after finishing my work, generally what we do, we don't delete the data, right? Directly we terminate. Correct? That's what we did so far. We launched many EC2 instances. After finishing our work, we did not delete the data. Directly we terminated. So assume that someone launched one EC2 instance. What if AWS, they have attached this drive to that instance? Suppose you launch one instance, you kept a lot of data and you terminated this instance. Now, when I launch in my account, they have attached this volume to my instance. So I can see your entire data. That is a major security issue. Correct? That will never happen. Why? Because deleting, disk zeroing. When you terminate your instance, AWS completely deletes the data first. That too by using a concept called disk zeroing. So these are standard procedure, disk zeroing. So if they follow this procedure, even if you use some data recovery tools, still you cannot get the data. Okay, that is how it works. Still you cannot get the data. So that's what completely they're deleting the data to provide better security. That's why you might have observed every time you launch one instance, you'll get one new empty C drive. That's what root drive. You don't find any data which is inside that. You can remember that. Second one, destroying. Destroy means there are some disks that they have to destroy. What are those? Like here, earlier we used to use floppies. Then after that CDs, then DVD, then HDD, then SSD. Right now we are using SSD. Before that we used to use HDD, still we are using. But before that people used to use DVDs. No one is using. Before that CDs. Before that the first computer that they launched, their floppies. Okay. Assume that now I have given on floppy. Okay. And I said that, hey, there is a secure for most important information is there in the floppy. That's what I said. I have given on floppy and I said that in this we have sensitive information is there. Then what do you do? What do you do with the floppy? Nowadays, we are not even getting computers where you can insert your floppy. Where you can insert the floppy? Correct? That's of no use, right? Without inserting into a computer, how can you read the data? Right? So what you did, simply thrown this floppy in the garbage. But someone took that floppy and assumed that he has one computer where he can insert floppy, inserted, and he took that entire data. That's a security issue again, right? Just because your hard disk is older one, outdated, you are simply throwing that hard disk, not recommended. Before you throw, you have to destroy that one physically. You have to destroy. You need to burn. Okay. So AWS in future they may stop using hard disks. It doesn't mean that they'll simply throw them in the garbage. No, they physically destroy. They destroy. They burn them. They destroy. They dismantle them so that no one should use these things again. Okay, that's what destroy. So these two things are the storage decommission. That means yes, they are providing good security. It is all about data, right? At the end of the day, right? Yeah, network security. What kind of security feature that they are providing? Network security. AWS is HTTPS enabled by default. Whenever you try to communicate with AWS in terms of S3, Route 53 with any service from your laptop, that request go in a secure manner, HTTPS, secure manner. Okay. VPC is there one security feature that they have provided. Okay, where you can define your roles and your own security features. You can decide what kind of security that you want, where you can define your rules and regulations. Right, that is one feature. VPN is there. See, VPN. What is VPN? This VPN you can purchase from outside also. Virtual private network. Virtual private network. What actually happens here? AWS is providing their own VPN, or you can buy your own VPN from outside. From outside, many companies are selling that one. Every IT company uses this VPN. What actually happens? These are your instances. Okay. So working as you better know these things. If you want to access these your company servers, first you need to log into VPN layer. You need to log into your VPN. Okay, company, they provide VPN credentials to only their employees. You log into VPN, then only you can access these instances. What is VPN? VPN is one more layer of security. One more layer. Okay, those who don't know VPN credential, they can't even touch your instances. Okay, VPN is one protective layer on top of your instances that after getting job, what they do, okay, they will provide, if you want to access any instance, your IT team, they provide VPN credentials. Okay. So before you do anything in your company, first you have to log into your VPN. Then only you can log into your instance. So there is one protective layer on top of your servers. That either you can use AWS provided VPN or you can buy your own VPN. Okay, that's up to open VPN is there, many things. Correct or not, guys? Working guys, how many of you are working in IT companies? Please respond.
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
I asked this question sir, before itself.
Yes,
Rahul,
yes, I.
Rahul, Annol, yeah, Shrikant. Yes, correct. That's what we do, right? We log into
Yeah,
VPN, then
Yes,
only.
yes, sir.
Cisco and
Like
correct.
once we logged into VPN, so we can't copy any files from outside from our laptop to inside the VPN.
Yes, yes.
It is
Like
like
Cisco
inside
gateway.
VPN only we need to transfer
Right.
whatever the data or anything.
Correct.
It
That's
is
what.
more secured way to the
Right.
data.
Yes. So it is one of the protective layer on top of your all resources, all servers of your company. So first you have to log in to VPN, then only you can log into your instances. That is how. Yeah, it is one of the security features. Either you can use it. AWS also providing VPN that you can buy, or outside VPN also you can. Then Amazon corporate segregation. Amazon corporate segregation. That means, see, you know, right? Amazon is there. Amazon.com, where you buy your products, and AWS is. These are two companies. AWS is a subsidiary of Amazon only. Okay. So even though they belongs to same person, the head is same, right? Same person, but there is a proper segregation between these two. Okay, there is no relation between these two. That means except the head is same. Apart from that, these are being operated completely as two different things. Okay, corporate segregation, Amazon corporate segregation. Okay, they are not operating these two, in a same place. No. Suppose tomorrow, if they want any servers here in Amazon, they take from outside. They won't take from AWS. If they want any servers, they won't take from Amazon. They take from outside. So there is no, these two are being operated completely as two different independent companies. Just to provide security. Okay. So proper segregation is there. Network monitoring and protection. Every now and then, AWS scans your ports. Every now and then, they scan your entire machine, all machines in your account. Every resource they scans every now and then. They scan every now and then your AWS resources, mainly ports and all. What are the ports which are open and all? And they block the ports which are connected with the security issues, security concerns. Okay, they automatically block, and also they give some suggestions. Hey, Sai, in your EC2 instance, one port is opened, please block. So which are opened illegally by anyone, they immediately block those things. But if you open unknowingly, they will instruct you, please, Sai, you please block that one. You please block the port. So where you'll get that option that we are going to see here. Trusted advisor. This is separate service actually, trusted advisor. That's what I mentioned over here. You can see trusted advisor. Okay, when I explain this one, that time I'll explain how they will intimate us that, hey, you block the port, this port, that port. Okay, so they keep on scanning and they let us know every now and then. Okay, yeah, this we are going to see after Whitepaper, trusted advisor. What kind of credential that they are providing? AWS. First one, password. Password for you to log into AWS account, and also for users, IAM users, in order to access AWS account, your account. Okay, so password they are putting one security layer, and on top of that, multi-factor authentication is there. Okay, after providing password, you have to provide that MFA OTP, that OTP. So one more layer of security that they're providing. Access keys, if someone wants to access my account in a command line, they can't access directly. They have to provide access key and secret keys. And also, even though someone access my account, in that if they want to access my EC2 instance, They have to provide key pairs, right? These are different security credentials that they are providing. AWS is providing. Trust advisor, yes, we are going to talk about it just in a while. Other security considerations. See, OS, whatever OS that they are providing, right? For that you are admin, not AWS. That means if something goes wrong at OS level, for that completely you are responsible. They have provided complete admin access to you. Even they don't have admin access in your OS. You have complete admin access. You can go to any directory, any folder, anything you can do. Firewall, yes, 2 levels. Firewall means ports. One is security groups, and one is NSCA. Okay, so yes, you need to utilize them properly in order to provide security. Okay, and one more security feature, that is elastic load balancer. See, why it is security, I'll tell you. We have web servers, we have load balancer. Load balancer purposely to distribute the load. Okay, but where is security here? See, even though if you have one instance, you can still connect to load balancer. Even though if you have one instance. If you have one instance, what is the use of load balancer first of all? Yes, it is useful. Why? Because here the usage is not to distribute the load. No, entire load will be distributed to, will be sent to only one instance. But the here advantage is your instance IP address won't be exposed. Load balancers, DNS line will be exposed. Your instance IP address won't get exposed because customers, they can't come to know what is your IP address. That means it is acting like a wall, protective wall, okay, to your instance. It is not just distributing the load, but also it is acting like a protective wall in front of your instance. So that your instance will be hiding. Your instance will be hiding behind your load balancer. So that's why they mentioned as security consideration. Okay. And direct connect, yes, this concept also is that if you want to use it, that means if you want to connect your physical infrastructure with AWS infrastructure. Okay, in your company already have some servers are there, and recently you started AWS. So half of the infrastructure is running in AWS, half of the infrastructure which is being maintained physically. Now, generally we connect by using internet, but right, wherever internet is there, that is not so secure. What you can do, you can have private net, direct connect. What is direct connect? It's a private network used to connect your physical infrastructure with AWS infrastructure. Okay, further you need to talk to telecom providers, BSNL and all. From them you'll get dedicated bandwidth, separate frequency bandwidth line, by using which you can able to connect these to provide better security. That's what private network. Yeah, some people, they use private network, pilots, when they communicate with ATC, they use private network so that no one should intervene their communication. Otherwise, that's what, hijacking and all happened because of that only, right? Okay, no one should interrupt, no one should, intervene. Police people, they use walkie-talkies. So in that, they use private network with a different frequency, bandwidth and all. Border, army people, soldiers, when they communicate with each other, they also use private network. Okay, so in order to provide security. So here also saying direct connect. If you want, you can have. And strategy business plan. See, biannually, that means every 6 months. Every 6 months, they conduct one meeting, AWS, high-level meeting. In that, they talk about everything, like what is the cost of each service. Okay, so that they will readjust the cost, whether to increase or decrease as per the services that they are providing. And security features, whether everything is secure or not, any extra security features that they have to take. So all meetings they conduct, and if at all any issues are there, they will address all those things. Okay. Design for failure, see some guidelines they are giving. What is this guideline? They are saying that, hey, if you want to design anything in AWS, you design for failure. Be a pessimist. Pessimist means negative thinker. Negative thinker. Okay, that means when you do something, you think that will fail for sure. You think that it will fail. Okay, negative thinker. So look for negativity in each and every field. Generally, people say, hey, you should be optimistic, positive thinker. You should be. But what they're saying to be pessimist, to be a negative thinker. I'll tell you why it is. See, simple example. Tomorrow you get a job. Okay. After getting job, two guys are there, A and B. A is a positive thinker, B is a negative thinker. Positive thinking means A thinks that, hey, I will never lose my job because I'm working hard and I will never lose my job. That's what positive thinking. Correct. Negative thinker, I may lose my job at any point of time. That's what negative thinking. Since he's a negative thinker, then he will ready with a backup plan. Like he upgrade his skills. He keeps his CV updated always with the new skills, new technologies. So that if something happens, suddenly assume that something happened, that company fired both of them because of any reason. So A, he doesn't have any backup plan, he will cry, and B has backup plan. Immediately he will get another job, he'll enjoy. So if you are a negative thinker, always you'll ready with the backup plan. Okay, suppose. So here we'll talk about here. Okay, let's take A and B. Okay. So they invented EC2 instance. EC2. A thinks that we will never lose our EC2. But B thinks that we may lose our EC2 at any point of time because of load. Since he is a negative thinker, he will come up with a backup plan called load balancer. Okay. Again, A thinks that we will never lose our load balancer, but B thinks that we may lose our, still we may lose our instances anytime. Then he'll come up with one more backup plan called auto scaling. So auto scaling should launch servers automatically. So if you are a negative thinker, always you'll have a backup plan with you. That's what, hope for the best, but prepare for the worst. You should be ready to face worst scenarios. So design for failure. That means when you design something, you think that will be failed. So that you'll ready with a backup plan. That is important. Tomorrow also same thing. If when you get a job, don't think that that's a government job. You are doing your 100% output to your company. Don't think that you'll be in that job forever. No, these are private jobs. They may fire us at any point of time. So that's why you prepare. You keep your things ready. Extra technologies, and so that if they fire you today, tomorrow you should get a job with good package. That should be your aim. Otherwise, you can't enjoy IT industry, IT field. Okay, that's all. Working employees, this one better, right? One of the news I read earlier, one of the news I read, one employee got fired from the company because he's doing more work than compared to the work that he got assigned. He got 50% of work, assigned with 50% of work. He is doing more than that, the work he got assigned. That means he's putting some extra efforts and he's working and he's helping others and all, everyone. He's really good person, right? Because of that reason, he got fired. You know what they said? You should do whatever work assigned to you. You should not help others. You should not intervene into others' work. And you should not do more work, whatever which is assigned to you. Because of that reason, he got fired. I read in one newspaper. Maybe it's that's a fact. So this example may not sit here, but thing is that whatever job you are getting, right, that is not a government job. Okay, so that's why you be ready with the backup plans. That means you keep upgrading your skills so that if they fire you, you need not worry. So you have skills, you can get a new job again. So that is how, then only you can enjoy IT industry. Otherwise, no. Okay. Decouple your components. Decouple means, for example, see, there are 3 stairs here. Okay. 3 houses here. This is A, this is B. So B is safer compared to A, correct? Here at ground level, if something happens to this one, these 2 will be collapsed. But here something happens to this one, these 2 are safe. That means here there is a tight coupling between these 3, but there is no coupling between these 3. Okay, there is no interdependency. So when you do something, make sure that don't couple, don't interlink. So that if you lose one, you will lose everything. No, don't interlink those things. Okay, so that others should be safe. Decouple your components. Just remember this one, where we are going to talk about SQS, simple queue service. There you'll understand what is proper decoupling. And so concept is same. If you lose one, it should not affect others. Okay, when you design something, you design in this manner, so that one should not affect others. Okay, that is it. Implement elasticity. See here, there are multiple types of elasticities. These are some guidelines that are giving us. Elasticity, cyclic scaling, event-based scaling, and auto scaling. There are 3 types of elasticities. Suppose, assume that tomorrow is January 1st. Tomorrow. You are, that means people wait for the special discounts and all it, correct? You know that there will be heavy load, you know, correct? Obviously, that will be, heavy load will be there because people buy these things, so many products and all, the occasion of New Year. You know that there will be heavy load. That time, don't blindly depend upon auto scaling. You keep your minimum number of servers ready. You keep minimum number of servers ready because these are cyclic scaling. Because you know January 1st comes every year, right? You know that happens for sure. So that's why you keep minimum number of servers ready. Okay, so that it can, you know, bear unexpected sudden hike at the beginning. Okay, proactive event-based scaling. That means, okay, tomorrow you are launching new product. Tomorrow. That's not a special day, but you are launching one new product. iPhone 13 launched, I think, right? Not, oh yeah, launched. So they launch one new. They are launching tomorrow, assume. So there will be heavy load. People try to buy that product. That is the event. That's not, that won't come every year, right? Every year in this way, I launch one new product. No, whenever the product is ready, that time you launch. That's an event. Tomorrow is an event. So that time, again, don't depend upon auto scaling. You keep minimum number of servers ready. They can take load from customers. That is it. If you can predict, you be ready with your servers. That could be cyclic, that could be event. If you can't predict, anyways, auto scaling is there to help you. But if you can predict, better use these options also. That's a recommendation. Okay, that's what, implement elasticity. And scale up and scale out. See, you should know when to go with which one. In AWS, we have both scale up and scale out. In EC2 already we discussed, right? Scale out is auto scaling. Be new guys. Scale out means auto scaling. Scale up means that's what, increasing CPU, RAM, hard disk. That's what, that also we have seen, right? Both are important. If you ask me, Sai, which one is better, I don't have any answer for that because based upon the requirement, you should go with. Okay, based upon the requirement. For example, in your house, you have a, you know, 2 families are there. Combined family, in the two families are there in your house. Wherever you go as one team. Then what do? You buy one big car so that everyone can sit in the car. That time you don't buy 2 different cars unless we waste your fuel, correct or not? If your requirement is wherever you go as an entire, you go by taking everyone. Then you don't buy 2 cars, you take one big car so that it can save your fuel and everything, car price also. So suppose if your requirement is you have 2 families only, but wherever you go with your family only, not taking other family. Then you buy 2 different cars for each family. So that if you want to go, you take your car. If they want to other family, they take their car. Okay. So here, if you ask me, if buying 1 car is better or 2 cars are better, then I can't say, because it's your requirement whether you go with the entire family, that entire 2 families, or you go as one single family. Based on that, you choose. Here also, scale up or scale out based on the requirement. Like right? You have you are using some some 10 servers. You have been using 10 servers since from continuously. Okay, your requirement is you want to use some 10 servers continuously. Continuously you are using continuously some 10 servers, and you know that you will use continuously. You will use without any stopping them. So that time I recommend, hey, don't use 10 servers, small. You better launch one big server and you run that one, so that you'll get good performance. You can reduce the cost. Okay, if your requirement is continuously you are using, then only. No, if your requirement is whenever you want, you should be able to terminate few things, stop during nights, few servers you should be able to start again. In that case, you don't go with the big server, you launch small servers, so that you can stop your servers whenever you want. But here, a big only one, right? That's it. So you should know when to go with which one, scale up or scale out. Okay. So these are some guidelines, some best practices, some security features that they are providing. So you must know this, because they may ask if, an interview related to this. Because see, it's not just about using AWS resources. You should know some good practices back in history also. Okay, then only you can be perfect in this AWS. Understood? They might ask some questions. They will ask some questions in certifications also. Interview and certification. That's why just to go through this class lots. Yeah, coming to one small service, that is trusted advisor. Trusted advisor. Let me log into my AWS account. Trusted advisor. Here, just type here. You can see trusted advisor. Optimize performance and security. Just click that. Yeah. Oh, they modified, they changed the dashboard. Every now and then they change these things. This one. They're going commercially completely. See, earlier they used to provide these things for free. Now they are forcing us to upgrade our account. Upgrade our account means right now we are using a basic plan, but we have different types of accounts. Let me show you. If you go to support center, here you can verify what kind of account that we are using. Here, support plans. Okay, click here, view support plans. See here, right now we are using a basic plan. Right now, ours is a basic plan. That's what you selected while launching your account. But apart from that, we have developer plan, business plan, and enterprise plan. Okay, so obviously you'll get billed for that. they'll provide their support and all. You can see if you take business plans here, they provide all their support and all like that. Types of accounts. So in companies we use business plan enterprise, so that whenever you need any help, you contact AWS. They will call you. They'll call you. They will explain everything. They will clarify all your doubts. Based on the plan you choose, based on that, they will provide their support. Okay. So earlier, all these things they used to come under basic plan here, especially these things. But here they are keeping only security. Remaining things they are asking us to upgrade our account. Okay. See here, you'll have access to technical support from a cloud support engineer with phone chat support. Okay, so all these things, if you want, for that you need to upgrade your account. Upgrading means again you need to pay the bill, so don't do it now. Don't do that. In companies anyway they have their complete support. Okay, let me explain. See, okay, let me show you. What is this cost of trusted advisor? This is actually free service. It is advisor. It provides advisors to us, and we can trust those advisors. It provides advisors to us. We can trust those advisors. That is what trusted advisors. These are just advisors. It's not mandatory that you have to follow. That's follow or not, that's up to you. See, suppose if I say, hey, please do hard work. Okay, please go through my classes every day. Okay, please revise. That is just an advice. If you follow, that's a benefit. If you don't follow, that's your, that's up to you, correct? It's not mandatory that, hey, you have to read. No, it's not kind of mandatory, because, if it is a school days, childhood, kids and all, people, that teacher, they used to put restrictions, you have to do it. But in this age, the things won't be mandatory. It's just an advice. Whether that follow or not, that is up to you, correct or not? Here also same thing. These are some guidelines provided by AWS. If you follow, that is for your benefit only. Okay. So first, let me talk about cost optimization, whatever they are giving us freely. Performance also not coming under free tab. Security, yeah. See what they're saying here. They're saying that, see, MFA on root account. MFA is not enabled at root account. They said that, your account in your AWS account, MFA is not enabled. Please enable that. Otherwise, it is going to be a major security. If someone gets to know about your credentials, that's a major security issue. Correct? That's advice. Whether I enable or not, that's my problem. But it is an advice from AWS. If you want to read more about that, click here. See here. Please enable from here. Enable. See here. MFA is not enabled at root account. Please enable. Correct? That is a security issue. Yes, if someone gets to know about my password, then they can log into my account. They can literally destroy my account, right? Yes. So it is a good advice. So if I enable MFA at my root account, then this option will be disabled. It will show like a green tick like this. Then what about this one? Security groups. What they're saying here, 25 out of 56 group security group rules allow unrestricted access. Oh my God, you can say unrestricted access. That means there are some security groups in which I have allowed complete access. Okay. I don't know what are those security groups and they're in which region, I don't know. So click here. Okay, see what is the recommended action? Restrict access to only those IP addresses that require it. They're saying that, hey, you open only to known IP addresses, you don't open to everyone. That's a recommended action. Okay, I don't know what are those security groups and they are in which region, because I can't go to each region, I can't verify. So here scroll down. Yes, you can see. Is saying that these are the security groups. You can see Win security group is there. Which region? In this region where 3389 port open to all. That's what it's saying. Okay, let me open. So rightly open. Straight away it will take you to that region wherever that is. Wherever that is. So Win security group. Correct? You can see. Go to inbound. Okay, you can verify from here. You can see RDP port. I have open to all, you can see. That means by mistake, if I attach this security group to any one instance, Windows instance, that is going to be a major security issue. Hacker, they may try to access my instance by mistake if I attach, correct? So that's why they are asking us, hey, Sai, please either you remove it or open to known IP access. Don't open to everyone, open to known. That's what they're saying. Okay, what I'll do, I'll go to, I don't want this one anymore. I'll go to actions, I'll delete it. If you delete, then this will be removed from this entry. Again, there are some security groups. You can see Docker, Jenkins, Git security group. So many Ansible security group, where they're saying, hey, you open to all. See, they are not talking about 80 port. You can see web, HTTP port, they are not talking about that. They are talking about other port because there is no issue with respect to HTTP. Anyways, that you have to open to all, but they are talking about SH port, some other ports. Okay, like some Sydney security group is there. Okay, so open, what is this? Here, SH I have opened to all. Correct? Go to inbound and verify. As you can see, I have opened SH to all. Better you delete these things. Because by mistake, if you attach any instance, that's a security issue, right? That is. So I said, right, AWS, they scan our entire ports, all machines ports. After scanning only, finally, they'll come up with this list, right? Otherwise, how do they know what are the ports which are not, open? That too from which region and all? They're giving region-wise list. That is so. Okay. So it's security issue, right? What I do, I go and terminate, I remove all these things so that this will be fine. See, they're giving, advices to us. Hey, please delete that port or open to known IP access. These are advice. Whether you follow or not, that is up to you. Got it? And few more things are giving. Okay, these are okay because I know bucket permissions, IAM usage and all. Everything is fine, no problem. That's why you can see. Yeah, green tick. So there won't be an issue. So what we do before we leave our company every day, we go to this trusted advisor and we verify everything. Okay, we will make sure that all are in green. Okay, if at all any red is there, we take action and then only we leave our companies. Even though it's a small service, it's a useful service. It helps us a lot. Okay, come into cost optimization. As of now, it won't work because you need to upgrade your account. Okay, what actually it gives advice here at cost optimization? The same example. AWS has observed that you are using some 3 T2 micro instances from many days continuously without stopping. Then AWS observed that one and it will give advice to you that, hey, Sai, I have seen that you are using these servers from so many days. I would recommend you to go with one big instance, one M4 large and all. Instead of using 3 small, you use one big one so that here you can reduce the cost and also you can increase the performance also. You can increase the performance also. When it will give you this advice, Sai, if you are using continuously without stopping, then only. If you are stopping somewhere, then they won't give this advice. See, that automatically it observes every now and then it gives advice. You can reduce the cost, you can increase the performance. Those things. So your high utilization of EC2 instances. You can reduce the cost, you can get more efficiency. And all. Okay. Security already we have seen. Fault tolerance. Like, for example, you are using one web server. You connected with load balancer. Okay, load balancer. Okay. Now, they will give an advice that, hey, Sai, please attach one more web server. So that even if you lose, another one will be there, kind of fault tolerance. Correct. This is one of the advices. Whether you attach another server or not, that's up to you, but it is better to attach. Like multi-AZ. In RDS, multi-AZ is there, right? Web servers connected to one database server. They'll give advice that, Sai, please enable multi-AZ. So that even if you lose primary database, all will be connected to standby. So that's what fault tolerance. So yeah, these kind of advices, they give service limits. Okay. Guys, there are some limits in AWS. There are some limits. So you are entitled for, like, you can create maximum 5 VPCs. You can use maximum 5 elastic IPs. You can create maximum 100 buckets only. So you want to create some 1 million S3 buckets. No, that is not acceptable. Because see, nothing in this world is unlimited, right? There is a limit for our earth itself is a limited, entity, correct? So there is a limit to each and everything. That's why here in AWS also we have service limits are there. Okay, you are entitled for how many instances that you can launch, your quotas and all. So here, these we call soft limits. Soft limits. Suppose you already consumed 5 elastic IPs. Okay, consumed 5. Now, so suppose you consumed 4. They'll give one warning here that, hey, Sai, you are left with only one. Be careful, use it judiciously. Even though you already consumed 5, then soft limit means you can raise a request to AWS. They will consider your request based upon the requirement. They'll increase that limit. That's what we call soft limit. That means limit is there, but soft. So when you talk to AWS, they can increase. They will increase. So if it is hard limit, then they won't increase. If it is hard limit, they won't increase. Even you raise request. Suppose you will get 1 passport. Hey, I want 2 passports. No, you can't. I want 2 Aadhaar cards. No, you can't. Even though you pay money. No. Right? So these limits are soft limits. What are limits provided by AWS? So when you raise a request, they will increase that limit. These are the limitations. Okay. So this is what Trusted Advisor, even though it's a pretty small, we use this one a lot. That's why in dashboard, you can see security related things they are showing too. That's what? That ports and all. See these two. MFA and security. Those are the 2 issues. And investigation recommended. What is this? In these 2 only, they are asking us to take action. So that is what Trusted. Even though it's a small, we use this one a lot in companies. Before we leave, we go and verify. If at all these kind of things are there, we address those things, then only we leave from the company. That is what Trusted Advisor. It provides advisors and we can trust them. It is one of the free services. But now for few things, they are asking us to upgrade our account. But in companies, you won't get that kind of issue because in companies, they use business account only. So there won't be any issue. Got it? So that is what Trusted Advisor. Definitely they'll ask in interview. Even though it's a small, they will ask in interview, they will ask in certifications. Okay, they ask indirect questions. They ask you, hey, there are some ports that you created. Now you want to block them, but you don't know from which region you created. You have forgotten that. So how to verify? So yes, I can go to Trusted Advisor. There I'll get the list. From there I can get. See the kind of question that they ask. The same question can be asked from many angles. Okay, that is so. They can manipulate the question just to confuse you. Okay, that is it. Yeah, that's it for today. If you have any doubts, you can ask me. Any doubts from anyone? Any doubts? No doubts?
No, sir.
Hello.
Yeah, please.
Yes, Sai, you said that SAS, PAS, and IAS,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
So whether we choose that or client will choose that?
No. Ultimately, it's not like choosing and all. Some services are coming under IAS, some are coming under PA, some are coming under SAS. AWS is providing all services. It's not like what we choose based upon based upon the requirement. We need to store something, we choose S3. We need one domain name, we use root 53. Okay, so just they categorized these things. Okay, which are coming under SAS, which are coming under PS, like that. Okay.
Sir, VPC comes under IS or
see, in VPC, it's not like every service you can put in that category. Every service, no. So, like if you root 53 is there, what you say? It's IAS, SAS, PS. What you can't say anything. Not every service. Few, whatever I explained. Few services. Okay, so they are coming under that manner. So VPC, what they are providing? They are providing all options. Everything we are creating from the scratch, right? We can't even, we can mention IAS max, okay, because everything we are doing from our side, correct? That we can't say that every service should fit into these categories. No.
Sir, like
I use
Skype
fault
and
tolerance.
Outlook, they comes
What?
under software as a service.
Yeah, Skype and all. Yes, few other. No, it's not just AWS concept. These outside also, like Google Drive.
And so what are the few examples for platform as a service?
See, outside also, if you want, you can type here. Okay, IAS, SAS, PAS. If you go to email, then yeah, you can see simple here. IAS, they're giving only servers. Platform means servers plus OS. SAS means servers plus OS plus that applications. That is so. So if you want examples, then you can, let me show you. Yeah, here you can see. Now there are many services that they are providing. VMware, okay. Amazon means they are mainly talking about EC2 because EC2 is a famous one, right? Actually, AWS, that's why we learned first. They're talking about EC2. That's why they mentioned it IAS. Then what is this? I never force.com. We don't know what is this. Okay. So they have provided like here. Let's watch. These are same one. We used MailChimp. By using MailChimp, we can send bulk emails.
Sir, any coding ID comes under PaaS?
Coding, no. Here, they are providing server plus OS. That's it. There is no coding and related. Here, MailChimp means where we use MailChimp. We use to send bulk emails. That means yes, we just draft one email we send. That means backend they are providing software, instance, server in that software install, OS installed and software. Software means that bulk email related softwares. Probably that's why they mentioned this one here. And any other examples that we know? So they're giving same things again and again. Yeah, but don't worry. Just try to understand in the context of AWS. Okay, many things.
So will there be any cost difference?
Which one? Yeah, based on cost difference is mostly based upon the service that you use. Not you are using IAS, SAS. No, not like that. Based upon service, whatever you are using. See, Zomato is there, Swiggy is there. Okay, both are food as a service, but obviously cost will be different because as per their rules and all. Understood? That is it.
Yeah. Hello, sir.
Yes, please.
This fault tolerance system, suppose if you are using three T2 microservers, so it will tell use one T2 small if you are using it for a long time. I mean,
yeah, that's what trusted advisor will tell us. That too, when if you are running continuously, it observes for some days, many days, then only it will give advice that hey, I have observed that you have been using since many days. You better go with this like that. It's not like 1 day, 2 day, no. Okay, it has its limit and it will give advice, right?
In S3 bucket, we use so much data. It will be monitored by them. For you have said that illegal data.
No, they won't monitor. That's what you are responsible. If see, you are uploading, you uploaded some illegal data later on. You are using for some illegal activities. Some government agencies they came to know, and that time they won't blame AWS. They blame you. Because AWS has clearly said that we don't know what kind of data customers are uploading because we should not look into that data because of privacy issues. So, see, suppose you uploaded one wrong video to YouTube, which is illegal. So, government will not take action on YouTube. Will take action on you. Correct or not? So that is same thing. Okay, guys, that's it for today. Thank you all. See you in tomorrow's class. Tomorrow we'll discuss other things. Okay.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you, sir.
Bye bye.